Good day to you. I hope you are doing well. Today I have something interesting for you, an old style point and click RPG game. Yeah, quite a surge of nostalgia for anybody who's from the old Sierra games era, like King's Quest and Quest for Glory, and even like games like the Monkey Islands and all of those kind of things. But while it might be similar in mechanism, it is very different in tone. This is Winterwrath, which is kind of on the edge of being a horror game, a fairly scary element, and it's not a full game so much as a full introduction. The developer says he's trying to make this as the start of a full length RPG, and I think there is huge potential here. So let us hop into Winterwrath and see what it gives us. I'm not going to play the whole way through the intro. I'm going to stop at a suitable point once the tension is up because I want you guys to come and play it. And the link will be in the description. And then we can talk about it a little bit after that. So, as you can see, the only option we have is to change the language. There's an end link that probably doesn't work too well in the browser version. And there is a start button. So let's click on the start and see what we can see. So this is us. We are this character standing on top of a frozen hellscape, as it were, on the edge of a cliff, looking out into the void. If we, you can see there's the old classic plus sign cursor, which turns into the old sort of eye icon cursor, and it is such a surge of nostalgia to see those. Anyway, yeah, if we click to have a look out into the void, we will start the story. So let's do that. You stand at the edge of the cliff, staring into the frozen white void. Your eyelids are crusted with ice. The path that was supposed to lead you to your destination is buried under heaps of snow. Have I gotten lost? You look for your fellow travelers, but you cannot see them in the snowstorm. Where have they gone? And now we can walk back and look and see what we can find. There they are. And we have zoomed in to have a look. Now, just while this view is up, before I click to continue, down in the bottom right you can see we have three icons with numbers next to them. So we've got the fist, which is 0, somebody holding somebody's shoulder, which is 0, and an eye and a pyramid, which I believe are kind of our properties of sort of toughness or durability or strength of will or physical ability, and then kind of friendship or concern about others, empathy, that kind of thing, and then kind of knowledge and wisdom is the eye and the pyramid, so our awareness of things like that. And we gain these attributes by actions, and then we spend them in certain tests, or we have to have them up to a certain attribute to accomplish certain tests later. So yeah, we weren't told by the game what they are, but they do make sense when we get to them. Anyway, this older man is talking to us. Saria, by the gods, we thought we had lost you. Bahir is still full of strength despite his age. His grim, leathery face usually shows no emotion, but now you can clearly see his deep concern in his features. Come, Sane can't go on any longer. Now we can either rush to their aid or try and see what's going on, but I think let's rush to their aid. And we gain kind of fortitude and we gain empathy. That's what I'm calling them for the moment. But we don't gain any wisdom. We might have gained wisdom if we'd stopped and tried to observe from a distance. Bahir's grandson Sayan is on about to collapse. A little bit of a typo there, but the grandson is about to collapse. He is 14 years old, tall and lean, on the cusp between child and man. But the cough that struck him weeks ago never left and sapped his useful strength. And the first thing that popped into my mind while I was reading this was tuberculosis, which is a plague upon mankind that should not be there. We should have killed it off by now, and for various reasons we just haven't. And I I do recommend checking out the works of John Green, an excellent book, and his kind of efforts involved to find out about tuberculosis and why it's still plaguing us, despite the fact that we have the ability to essentially cure it. It is a statement on systemic failures in modern society, and it is deeply compelling. And I was very glad to see it in this game. At least it's never explained as tuberculosis, but it almost certainly is what this is based on the descriptions of the symptoms. And it's something that we should be fighting. Cyan hardly ate, woke up in a cold sweat at night, and the pain in his chest became unbearable. The old folks in the village were at a loss, or simply told him to surrender to his fate and hope for improvement. When Cyan spat up blood, even his grandfather could no longer ignore the illness. Cyan needed help, and he needed it fast. So Bahir asked you for help, because you know the way to the hut where Ahili lives, far away from the hustle and bustle of the village. And although the snowstorm would not abate, you set off because time was short. We have to rest. Cyan is trembling so badly he can barely stand on his feet. Have you found the way? I'm going to say I haven't found it yet. I haven't found it yet. You should actually know for sure, but even the elders have never experienced such a harsh winter, and everything looks so different when covered in snow. We have to get out of the storm and make a fire. The shelter is not far away. Go ahead, we'll follow as fast as we can. Come on, Cyan, pull yourself together. My feet. The crevice that promises some protection from the icy wind is close by at the foot of the mountain. But where is the descent? You set off on your search. So we have to look for a way down. We've come from that way and we didn't see anything. So let's have a look this way, shall we? That is presumably back the way we came, so I don't want to go that way any further. Let's check where this leads down here. This looks promising. Oh, that leads to a dead end. But this looks like it might go somewhere interesting. There's the campsite, at last. Call the others. Doesn't matter how the fire pit is, we need to get out of the snow, so... Here it is! You see, Cyan, we've made it. There's some firewood here too. Thank the gods, quick, make us a fire. And we have a fire. There we are, tucked into the corner, heating ourselves. Come on, boy, warm up your feet. It takes the shivering boy a while to take off his stiff boots. His toes are black with frost, and that's never a good sign. When the heat of the flames reaches his feet, you hear Cyan exhale with relief. Just a note for anybody who is ever stuck in the cold. If your toes are black, you need to warm them fairly slowly. You can't warm them, I believe, too fast. I could be wrong. Comment in the comments if I am. But my understanding is that you can't heat up too quickly when the actual darkness has started in your flesh, because it's the sudden shift in temperature can actually damage the cells and make the frostbite worse, because that's what the blackness is. It's frostbite. There you go, my boy. Silence. For a while, the attention is focused solely on the crackling and flickering flames of the fire. Bahir looks at you. You said it would take us 3 hours to get here. Now we've been on the road all damn day. I was gonna say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming you. Even I've never seen a snowstorm like this in all my years. You've got guts for offering yourself as a guide. But I put us in danger. You certainly didn't shit yourself like the cowards I thought were men. You did the right thing, no doubt about it. But how much further is it? I'm worried about the boy. I'm gonna say we're more than half. I mean, we have no idea. I have no idea how far it is. But I'm gonna say we're more than halfway there. We're more than halfway there. Bahir grumbles in agreement. We'll rest here overnight and continue our march tomorrow. Silence. Sayan has fallen asleep. Bahir sits pensively. Your exhaustion is now making itself felt. Just as your eyes are about to close, Bahir whispers, The boy is holding up bravely, but this healer will help him, won't he? Ulugan is his name. Since you've been old enough, you've made your way to his hut every 6 months. You supply him with the few things that the forest cannot provide: salt, linen, sulfur, oil. You don't know whether Ulugan will be able to save Sayan, but he never turned away those who asked him for help. I'm going to say he will try. He will try. I hope the boy pulls through. If only I'd known the cough would affect the guy so much. I really wouldn't have hesitated so long until... A ghost! What the fuck? Sayan looks into the white veil of snow with wide eyes. It seems like he's looking directly at someone. What the hell are you talking about? You follow his gaze. A silhouette in the fog, only to be seen briefly and already gone. It must be the damn fever. Sayan! Sayan does not avert his gaze, not even when Bahir shakes him. Come on, pull yourself together. There's nothing there. Always these spook stories. Say, what do you mean? What do you mean? Since he's been ill, this boy keeps talking about these ghosts or spirits or whatever. I can't have that now. We need to rest. Listen, Sayan, you especially. Silence. You stare into the diminishing flames. The fire will soon go out. And that too. We won't get through the night without a fire, and it's already getting dark. I'm going to collect wood. No, I'm going. You stay with the boy. I think I'll try and find a few dry branches back there in the grove. I'll be right back. Sayan wakes up and sits up with great effort. You saw him too, didn't you? I don't know exactly, but something was there. You could feel it, couldn't you? He looked right into me. A gaze of frost and fire at the same time. Strangely enough, you can feel exactly what he means. Sayan looks around tiredly. Where is grandfather? He's collecting more firewood. He must be back soon. They wait in silence, but Bahir doesn't return. You realize that Sayan has something to say and look at him. I can feel them, the spirits. But grandfather doesn't want to know anything about it. He doesn't believe me and says that I'm embarrassing myself in the village with this nonsense. Do you believe me? The fever could be playing tricks on you. He groans. It seems most people are afraid to talk about spirits. What about you? You think. Listen deep inside yourself. It is an old custom to tell myths about ghosts and demons. You should respect them, avoid them, and only sometimes pray for their help. But which of the many rituals are based on faith or are just tradition, you can't answer for yourself either. Although, sometimes you feel something when you are alone, quietly, as if someone is walking along a path next to you. but you've never had an apparition like this in the white mist of the storm. And then you remember the story that on freezing cold days, the border between the world of humans and spirits is said to be particularly thin. But before you are sure of your answer, another thought catches up with you. Bahir is still not back. What are we going to do? Something must have happened, but you don't want to say that out loud. All that is left of the fire is a smouldering glow. I'll go and find him. I am coming with you. You can hardly stand up. Better make sure the embers do not extinguish. You can just make out Bahir's footprints in the snow. You squint your eyes to see them better. Now, I couldn't really see the footprints too easily, at least in the beginning of this. I don't know if it is my monitor. Anyway, we can have a look over there, and we can sort of see them. I think as we look at them, they get a little bit better, a little bit easier to see, and we can follow them. And they go up there. So clicking on them when the eye icon is there does seem to make the next set look a little bit more viewable. I still see them there. Don't know if they've made it through to the through the YouTube algorithm. We shall see. The tracks in the snow end, but Bahir is nowhere to be seen. I'm going to look around. You look around. A glove in the snow. A suddenly startled crow caws out its annoyance. Bahir must have been here, but where is he? Has he been devoured by the snowstorm? A shudder grips you. It doesn't help to wait. You need firewood. So let's just collect some wood. So as you can see, there's chunks of wood that we can pick up. They turn blue and highlight for us. And we can just go there and pick them up. And that is where I am going to stop showing the gameplay. I'm going to leave it at this cliffhanger, and I'm going to recommend that you guys come and play the game, because it is very good. There are multiple different endings. You can see there are some choices you can make and other choices that we have not yet come across. And there's not too much story after this, but it is a good bit at the end. I enjoyed it greatly. So yeah, come and see the game. Come and play the game. Come and give the devs some love. And if you are just here for the gameplay, don't forget to like and comment, or dislike and then comment, because the comments are what help me make better videos and do more of the sort of things that you guys want to see. Some lovely suggestions already that I am pondering from various nice people, so thank you very much, guys. And I'm going to be doing some second looks at some videos as well in the near future. So yeah, if you want to see more information and more improvement and more about indie games, hit that subscribe button, and all of those things will teach YouTube that you want to see videos about games in general, maybe even indie games in particular. Who knows how the algorithm works, but it's worth the effort. So yeah, subscribe if you want to stick around and see roughly a video a day about an indie game. And thank you for watching. If you're heading out now, I appreciate it. See you in the next video. If you are here, however, for the critiques, well, while we sit and freeze in the snow, let's shift down a little bit over there while we talk. Maybe a little bit more. That looks quite picturesque. I like the look of that. Well, okay. Starting with the UI, I suppose the primary problem is that there isn't one. If we hit escape, nothing pops up if we hit more escapes, other than bumping out of the wide view. It's the pickup thing. So yeah, the UI, I mean, there isn't much. I did enjoy the cold start into the game where we were just, it did that very, very picturesque sort of scroll downwards and we were standing on the edge of the cliff. I like that a lot. That's a very, very good cold start. It does mean that there isn't really a tutorial or anything like that, and I think tutorials are quite important. So yeah, I don't know, maybe a button up in the corner somewhere, something that if you mouse over it turns into options that then show us a tutorial how to play, information about the game, lore about us, and anything like that, and especially quality of life controls, so we can turn music on and off, background noises on and off, and things like that. I know a lot of the atmosphere of this game is in the music and in the noise and in the wind. Beautiful sounds, by the way. While we're talking about it, the sounds in this game are exquisite. That soft crunch of footsteps, this sort of intimidating hum with the violins on top of it. I assume it's a violin, whatever that instrument is, and that drum beat. Yeah, the music is an excellent choice. That wind howl. The sounds in this game are exquisite, and this is something that compels players, that really pulls them into games. Good sounds are far more important than people realize. So yeah, this game has really got that in spades. The artwork is stunning. I really like this style of pixely art. It's not my absolute favorite. I like the pixels to be a little more fine detailed, but that's just my personal preference. As it is, the style is great. I would love to know where we are in the world. Who are these people supposed to be? The names versus the clothing versus the scenery and the ecology has left me very, very puzzled. I don't know what era we are in, anything like that, and I would love to know more about that. When are we? What is going on? Where are we? You know, what is the context of the story? Contexts are very, very important. So yeah, to pull players in. So I do recommend having that somewhere in the game, not in the itch.io page or anything like that, actually in the game, just so that players can see a little bit more about where they are and what's going on. But not something that you shove in the player's face, because a lot of players don't care about that. So, but a lot of players do. So I do heartily recommend having that. Yeah, but all in all, the sound is amazing, the art is amazing. Just the immersion, the pulling the players in, could do with a little bit more of that. Although the writing is excellent, and I do feel pulled in and immersed just based on the storyline so far. So yeah, masterful work, and I cannot wait to see where this game goes further. As it looks like the dev is very eager on working on more of it. But yeah, just try and give your players, obviously not spoilers, but enough information to sort of see what's going on in the story, to know where the story is going to lead them. I think that's important. I think we need that a lot. This was made originally for a game jam that actually ended in the beginning of this year. So yeah, I mean, as a game jam game, it's amazing, although I believe the developer has done more work on it since then. Possibly not, but I do believe that is the case. Either way, this is very, very well polished, very, very good quality. As I said, excellent writing, excellent sounds, excellent graphics. Yeah, just needs a little bit more immersion and things like that, and you've got a heck of a starter here. And I will definitely look forward to playing more of it when more storyline is added, which I believe is the intention here. So, good job, developer. Good job, all of those of you who have come to watch this. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to leave the link in the description, and I'm going to suggest that you guys come and play this little game and enjoy it, because it is just a link in a browser, and it'll be very, very easy to jump in and play. It's a Unity game, and it loads very, very quickly, so I don't think you guys will have an issue coming for this experience. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to give the dev some love. Goodbye.